South Central Colorado has a great number of interesting spots to visit, and we headed high into the mountains for a look at just a few with our all-wheel drive Suzuki XL7. Cripple Creek, Colorado was the site of a boom in 1891 when gold was discovered on the Womack Ranch. The town grew to a population of more than 18,000 as people rushed to the rarefied air at Cripple Creek's 9,500-foot elevation. 1904 saw the end of the boom cycle and the town slowly declined. Today, high gold prices have increased mining activity in the area once again, and tourists try to strike their own gold at Womack's and other casinos throughout town. The population is now less than 2,000. After a fire in 1896 destroyed most of the downtown area, brick buildings sprang up, and many are still in use today for gaming and other businesses. They're intermingled with newer structures built in a similar style to preserve the town's look. Strolling through the picturesque town, you can enjoy museums and mine tours to get a better sense of the history of the area. You can also take a train ride on the Cripple Creek and Victor Narrow Gauge Railroad to view some terrific mountain scenery as well as abandoned mines outside of town. Victor, considered a part of the same mining district as Cripple Creek, also has a terrific collection of buildings dating back to the late 1800s. Here, the population exceeded 12,000 in boom times, but now only 500 people call the town home. Victor doesn't have the same kind of tourist-centered feel as its more famous neighbor, and has its own kind of charm to enjoy. Jack Dempsey once trained here, and it's also the childhood home of Lowell Thomas. He became the editor of the town newspaper when he was just 19 years of age. While many well-preserved remains of earlier mining days are in and around the town, the Crescent Mine is active today and is in fact the largest gold mining operation in the state of Colorado. Throughout the Cripple Creek and Victor Mining District, paved and dirt roads offer some breathtaking mountain scenery and terrific views, along with some challenging, enjoyable driving. Our Suzuki was right at home with the high altitudes, curvy roads, and often muddy surfaces during our trip. We then headed down to the lower 6,000-foot elevations of Colorado Springs for a look around. This thriving city is home to a number of places of interest, such as the U.S. Olympic Training Center, the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame, and a variety of industrial, sports, and fine arts museums, to name just a few. The city is also an important military center, as the home of the North American Air Defense Command, the U.S. Space Command, the Air Force Academy, Fort Carson Army Base, and Peterson Air Force Base. 14,100-foot Pikes Peak towers over the city, and not only creates a scenic backdrop, but also a destination point, either by automobile or cog railway. The very large number of attractions in and around Colorado Springs makes it a great base of operations for a visit to the region. Moving southward, we came upon the town of Trinidad, which had its beginnings as a supply center for the Santa Fe Trail. The downtown area features brick streets and a wealth of well-preserved buildings from its early days. Farther west, Antonito is the northern terminus for the Cumbres and Toltec Scenic Railroad. Originally built in 1880 as part of the Rio Grande Line, Steam trains now run to Chama, New Mexico, a distance of about 65 miles. You'll find plenty of vintage railroad equipment at both ends of the line to look over, but Chama is a particular treat for rail buffs. Round-trip and one-way excursions with a return by bus are offered. Our Suzuki XL7 was comfortable, sure-footed, and fun to drive throughout the varied mountainous terrain and often slippery roads we encountered on our trip. We had plenty of strong power available for climbing the steep hills, and confident handling and braking added to the fun. This portion of the Rocky Mountains makes a great vacation destination with terrific scenery, history, and a diversity of interesting attractions to enjoy, and we barely scratched the surface.